Well. well, dude. You know, back when the system was announced, I knew it was too good to be true. Well, Behavior has predictably butchered the MMR system, as I and many others were probably predicting that they were going to do. Okay? So, now, before we say they flat out butchered it, it hasn't even been in the game a week. I still think that it needs time to settle in, and then maybe it'll actually get better. So, like, I don't know to what extent they actually butchered the system yet. Right now, though, it is undeniably not great. It is undeniably not great. I don't want to say it's not working, because again, we don't know what it's going to look like in about 3 weeks to 2 months. We don't know what it's going to look like. But, for right now, it is undeniably not working. Well, it is undeniably not doing what people thought it was going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle that topic real fast. Alright. Scott Junn and his MMR cronies his anti-MMR cronies are no doubt laughing at the mechanic right now. I even saw a video he posted that said, interesting enough, MMR is horrible or something. I haven't watched it, I don't want to watch it. I just want to remind people the benefits of this system, assuming it's working correctly, because one of my major points before this entire system came out was that even if this current one that's happening right now flops, this is not an idea we should abandon. The reasoning behind this idea is why we need to try this. This matchmaking system right here, this ranking system BS, obviously is garbage. And this is a system we can never return to, for obvious reasons. I kind of just wish it straight up wasn't here altogether, because, like, rank 2 killer, only reason I'm rank 2 is because I played nurse for a little bit, and that didn't go so hot, as you can imagine. But, like, that's beside the point. The previous system was so flawed, so catastrophic, so undeniably can't come back. The emblems were flawed, survivors one-hooking themselves would hurt your pips, DCs would hurt your pips. There are so many reasons why the last system was flawed. From those to the fact that it straight up just favored certain killers like Legion and disliked other characters like the Plague. But there were so many reasons that it just straight up wasn't a good system and need to be changed. And the actual credentials that we're looking at now, which I'm assuming are just wins and losses, I don't know, communication on the system has obviously been piss poor. Very piss poor communication from Behavior on all of this. So definitely not going to stick up for them in that department. I'm not going to stick up for them at all, actually. Let's talk about why this MMR system is going to be a needed thing. Because what you're going to see is that killers are going to have certain caps that they can't get past. Okay? This, and until the devs actually kind of share what killer MMR is, we just have to speculate on it. That's why tier lists exist. Basically what you're going to see is the true version of the tier list is going to start coming up through killer MMRs. You're going to see that Legion players can't peak beyond a certain point. You're going to see that Clown players can't peak beyond a certain point. And then you're going to see that Spirit and Nurse players, obviously, have really high MMR. And they have the 2 highest MMRs in the game, probably followed by Freddy and Huntress, and, you know, just Oni. Oni players are going to have high MMR. Hag's going to have high MMR. Pyramid Head's going to have high MMR. But then you're going to see Legion's going to have low MMR. And then you're going to see Clown's going to have low MMR. You're going to see Pig's going to have low MMR. But you're going to start to see the tier list actually develop through killer MMR, which is something that the rank system doesn't do and has never done. You can win a game at red ranks as Clown. What this system is going to do is, hopefully, assuming it works, provide an accurate representation of what the tier list looks like. This, going forward, can help Behavior buff and nerf killers accordingly. Not that we should be nerfing killer right now, that's not really an option. But you're gonna start seeing the characters that have high MMR and the characters that have low MMR. That's what this entire thing is doing. It's gonna give us really accurate information, so that you're gonna start seeing that Myers is bad, as something I've been saying for a long time, and everyone's been going, no, he's okay. I mean, you're gonna see that Myers isn't very good, and he's not. The best Myers players are gonna have lower MMR than some of the average Doctor players, because it's limitations in the character, which is something that we've all been saying, but it hasn't really been tested to any extent. But that's what the system is going to do, assuming that it works, which it's not working right now, clearly. But this is why we can't abandon the idea. Additionally, not just that, but what you're going to see a large difference between the MMR of solo queue survivors and SWF groups. SWF groups and people that only play with their friends are going to have ridiculously high MMR. And the people that just play solo queue are going to have average MMR. And a solo queue player, there's going to be a cap for them as well. They'll never be able to get as high as some of these SWF groups. So behavior is going to hopefully look at that and see, wow, every person that plays SWF is insanely good. And they're unstoppable. This SWF group with high MMR hasn't lost in 60 games. Or something like that. They're good, that's incredible. That's incredibly stupid. And this system will hopefully reveal to the devs that SWF is extremely unbalanced and needs changed. And additionally, they're going to see that solo queue players have lower MMR, and then hopefully buff solo queue to make it less bad. There are reasons why this system is coming into the game. To just laugh at it right now and say that, ha, rank don't work, system don't work, I play potatoes, ha, ha. It's way too early to be doing that. It's way too early to write this thing off as a colossal failure. Is it working right now? No. It just got here. Their testing, quote unquote, was obviously faulty. Their testing obviously didn't work the way that they were thinking that it was working, and they botched it. Of course they did. Were you expecting anything else from these devs? Really? I'm a killer main. The devs have been making bad decisions for my role since 2016. Were you expecting these devs to actually get this right? I wasn't. And to just laugh at the whole... what you need to be laughing at right now is the Dead by Daylight developers, not the concept of an MMR, which I feel like a lot of the community is doing right now. Because Scott Junn and his crony bandwagon is going, ha, MMR bad, I play low ranks, ha, MMR bad. MMR not bad, MMR good concept. The implementation of it was complete and utter shit. But I don't want anyone to actually lose sight of what this is trying to do. This is trying, provided the devs actually listen to the data that's going to no doubt be giving them in the future, this is what's going to fix the game, if we can actually do this correctly. And if we don't do this correctly, that's when it's going to be stupid. It's stupid right now. And it's slow right now. Rotating killers is slow right now. Yes, it's slow. It's a slow system right now. They obviously didn't implement it right. The correct way to implement it would be given every killer a specific MMR for the rank that you have as a correlation, and then see how much it changes. That would have been the correct way to do it. The devs obviously weren't thinking straight, and they botched it. And whatever they did is now in the game, and we're all having to suffer as a consequence. Bravo DB, bravo Cotier, bravo Dick Suck and Dave Richards. You guys did it again. You guys, amazing job, amazing work. You have taken a concept that needs to be in the game and have got it universally laughed at by everybody. Congratulations. It's time to start fixing this garbage. If this system is not worked out within 4 weeks, we need to adjust it somehow. Because this system needs to be here. This idea needs to be in the game. And for it to be a universally laughed at concept right now, I'm finding to be insulting, because this is what every other game uses. Every other game uses this. If it's not working, it's something we're doing wrong, not the system. Scott Junn's argument about how this game can't handle a true MMR system is nonsense. Every game can do it if it's adjusted correctly and balanced correctly. Silly. Ridiculous. if it's obviously been implemented poorly, if it's not working, and this is no exception. It was poor implementation, and I continue to believe it's going to be a self-correcting system that in the long term is going to start working itself out. My nurse has played a bunch of red ranks, and the reason for that was I won a game I was projected to lose, so my MMR probably went up a ton. I won a game against, I went from playing brown ranks to playing purples and reds, and I actually won that game. And then the game gave me 2 SWF sweat squads in a row. So what was happening there was I was projected to lose that game, so the game, I was probably projected to lose that game. I won, and so my MMR went sky high, same as Huntress. These killers that I've been working with lately, because I'm trying to get them better, I've been trying to get better with these 2 characters, will probably have low MMR in the testing. So once I started beating people I was projected to lose against, their MMR went up extremely quickly, whereas my doctor, who the game already knows I'm good with, MMR is going up way slower, because I'm projected to win all the games I'm playing as him. That's what's kind of happening right now. It's the early stages. If it's not adjusted, it'll probably sort itself out. Like, I have faith that the system will work. I don't know if they just chose the wrong time to implement it. They didn't know enough testing. They should have redesigned the way that they implemented it all together. They screwed up somehow. We all know that they screwed up. Just point and laugh at them and move on like we usually do. Just give the system time, see what it does. Don't write off this concept because the devs screwed it up. Which is something, again, I said like 6 months ago. But I feel like it bears repeating because the devs actually did screw it up, and the concept is now being made a laughing stock across the community. It's not the concept, it's the devs. Remember that.